and welcome to today's episode. The Bible is referred to as the living Word of God. It isn't a book that is meant to simply be read. It is a perspective-altering substance that is meant to be ingested and absorbed into you. And when it becomes a part of you, it changes you. And that is exactly what it is meant to do. A psalm is a spiritual song based on a profound, foundational insight that is expressed in the form of music, which is usually plucked out on a harp. This is my own paraphrase of the Psalms. Now, there is an important difference between a paraphrase and a translation, and it is important to understand what that difference is. A translation takes a text word by word and finds the most accurate word in another language to convey the meaning of that original word. But sometimes getting the details right can come at the expense of the big picture. For example, the literal translation for a butt dial and the literal translation for a booty call could end up being exactly the same if they were translated very literally into another language. But we all know that those are two very different ideas. A paraphrase, on the other hand, is attempting to capture the spirit of the idea that is being expressed. But both approaches have their own disadvantages. Sometimes the most literal translation for each word, while technically accurate, also loses something in its translation. For example, if you were to translate the phrase, "cat got your tongue," into another language, it would make no sense to them. Why would a cat grab your tongue? What are you even talking about? In order to convey the original idea, you would have to find out which saying is used in that other language to express the same concept. But it might not involve a cat, or even any animal at all. So the literal translation would not be a very accurate one. But in a case like the one that I just described, the idea is more important than it is to stick to a very literal translation that loses all of the intended meaning. However, because paraphrases are an individual's interpretation of the underlying idea, instead of a rigorous academic translation of the word, they are not as accurate as a translation is. A paraphrase is a lot more subjective, and that makes it much more susceptible to interpretations that are way off the mark of the original text's intent. The focus of a translation is on detailed accuracy, and sometimes the broader picture is not conveyed very clearly as a result. The focus of a paraphrase is on painting that big picture, but it often loses the accuracy of the finer details. Both of these are useful, as long as you understand which is which, and what the disadvantages to each approach are. And that is why I recommend using both an accurate translation like the New American Standard, and a responsible paraphrase. Psalm 11. I have taken refuge with the Most High. So how can you say to me, "Run for your life to a safer place," like a bird that flies away and hides in some remote mountain? Look around. Those who pursue their own destructive paths have drawn their bows. They have already notched an arrow on their string to shoot from the shadows at anyone whose heart seeks the Most High. It's time to panic and abandon ship. After all, if the very foundations that we stand on are demolished beneath our feet, what else are good people supposed to do? But the Most High is still there, in his eternal sanctuary. The power of the Most High is exactly where it has always been. in the divine harbor of his enduring home. His eyes see it all. They never blink or pause as their gaze takes in the offspring of Adam and considers everything they see. Yes, the Most High evaluates both the good and the bad in order to refine the righteous and to discard the wicked. For his deepest core hates people who worship violence, and he will rain down coals of fire on those wicked people like a hailstorm falling on their heads. Sulfur, fire, and a scorching wind will be their lot to drink in life. For the Most High is righteous, and he loves righteous actions that set things right again. Those who reflect his own goodness will gaze directly into his eyes and behold all that he is face to face. I pray that whatever voice God might choose to give me in this world, he would also give me the words that I should use it for. These words have meaning for me, and if they had some meaning for you as well, then I am truly grateful that we have both been given a gift from above and from each other. Have a good day out there, my friends.